Hey everybody, and welcome back to Skyblock. Last time we made this beautiful hole in the ground. You guys seem to be really on board with this. So the first thing that I want to do today is dress it up aesthetically, maybe just to get it to match the surrounding area a bit. I'm not sure. We're just gonna try filling it all in with some birch wood planks here, and hopefully that makes it feel a little bit better. Right off the bat, it seems a little bright, but you know what? I think it frames it nicely. What do you think? Be sure to leave your opinion in the comments below. Now that we've got that done, we have this giant platform above us that we can dig out and get rid of. We don't need it anymore. If we come up here, the storage is gone. So actually, let me grab all these blocks that I knocked off here. See, I've already got everything moved down to the storage. You can kind of see, I haven't even needed to pull open the second chests yet, but you can kind of see the storage that I'm going with here. It's working out pretty well so far. So because we've got all of that awesome storage in, you know, the hole down below, I've already actually emptied out every single chest on the main island. Every single one of them. It's all done. There's nothing else here. There's nothing else to do. Which means we get to destroy the starting island. Oh yeah. Happy dance, happy dance, happy dance. I'm pretty stoked about this. Like for reals. This was only meant to be a placeholder, and we're on what? Like episode 40 some odd now? It's crazy. But we can finally begin destroying all of the garbage that was only meant to be temporary. It was only ever meant to be temporary. And yes, I realize that there is one right here. There is a floating bedrock, and it'll just be a floater. That's it. It'll just be a floater. It'll always be there to designate, you know, the center of the island. I don't think that it's going to bother us all that much. I think that it'll be fine. Anyway, I get to destroy all of this. I'm really excited. The only thing I'm a little concerned about is like we don't have a place for water yet. So I don't know. I might play with that a little bit more. Find a home to build like a pond or something. Maybe one of our towers gets like a water feature that doubles as our infinite water source. And this is it. This is all that's left of our once glorious platform. I'm going to go ahead and destroy this. But before we do that, we need to handle one more thing. We got a portal here that once this platform's gone, I'm not going to have any way of getting back to this portal. So we got to destroy the portal as well. I'm a little bit scared here. Good God, it's loud. You know, that's just the nature of Nether portals. So we just got to take out the portal. And we're going to have to come up with a placeholder position for it down on the main platform, because we still don't have like a specific space that we want it to slot in. And part of the problem, I showed you guys this last episode, if a zombie pigman spawns because of the Nether portal, and then he just paths around, he will eventually walk back through the Nether portal, and then they all just build up in the Nether. And it's like, how do we handle that? How do we do that? Do we build something in the Nether to handle it? Did I just lose that one? Maybe I should have done this a little differently. Do we build something in the Nether to kill them? Do we build something in the overworld to get them to path in a different direction? I don't know. Feedback appreciated. I've just finished removing the portal and the platform it was sitting on. We just need to get rid of this, and I thought I'd do this with you guys so that way we can celebrate together. This is it. I mean, there's no more placeholder platform. We're almost done with placeholders altogether. That's how complete this world is coming. It feels so good to be rid of it. And yes, I did see your comments. I can hold jump to cancel the bounce, but then I'm sitting there jumping. I'd just rather hold shift. I know. I'm aware. Look at this. There's nothing. It looks gorgeous. Now, obviously, we need to finish off our 4 towers. We still have quite a bit of work left to do. But this is what the world was supposed to feel like. Just a beautiful, open, gorgeous world with 4 towers looking down on us from their various heights and their various builds. Feels good when things start to come together. So I was just having a mini panic attack. I was like, okay, so we destroyed the Nether Portal. Where should we set the new Nether Portal up? Okay, so probably not in the villager place because, you know, we just don't want anything happening to them. The mob farm seems kind of reasonable, but with how we've laid this out, we're gonna need to figure out where to put like a stair system in here already. And like, in order to have this gorgeous design on display, the stair's probably gonna have to go straight through the center. So then we're probably gonna have to like weave around the stair in order to then get over here. So if we think that there's like a series of just steps there. Okay, so that's not really viable. What about over here? Next to all of the passive mob farms, everything else. Well, the way that this is kind of shaping up is there's not that much space here, and it's also going to be like, from what I can tell and just how it's naturally coming together, it's not going to be a very tall tower, and that's fine. We want variance. It'll be aesthetically appealing if all of the towers have some sort of different aesthetic to them. Well, if we just ruled out 3 of the 4 towers, which means that it really can only go over here. Then I'm like, okay, so now that we want this to go in, because this is totally clean slate, yeah? So we want it to go over here in the Iron Golem Tower. Okay, that's fine. So I'm like, okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll build the portal, we'll light it up. Maybe I'll do a couple of trips to the Nether. Maybe we'll get a Nether project done today. I don't know. And then it's like, wait. How are we gonna light the portal? I don't have flint and steel because you can't get flint in Skyblock. And then I was like, okay, I know what we're going to be working on today. So, I'm not 100% on the location that I want this. There's guarantee this is not a permanent design. This is not a permanent placement for it. This is not permanent anything. Place, please. But, and there's always a but. Everybody's got a but. But it gives me an idea of what we could work on. So now we have this beautiful, gorgeous, empty Nether portal, and this is not the final location. What I'm kind of thinking is that we'll push this back. We'll have the Iron Golem, say, fall or die here, and then we'll come up with like a different strategy for this. Well, we could have the Nether portal turn on and off. And then we could use, I actually want that torch there. We could use that on-off system in order to stop Nether or Zombie Pigmen from entering our overworld. And it should be really easy to do with fire charges. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, fire charges. Now the problem with fire charges, and let me go get a dispenser so I could display this. So if you have a dispenser sitting behind our obsidian frame, and then we put a fire charge in the obsidian frame, and then we Iron Golem, really buddy, and then we say power this. Well, it shoots just straight out, so it's not gonna light the thing here. Okay, well, we can't, we could clearly, we could put a block here and then light it that way. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that works. That looks good. Let me destroy a block to shut this off. But like the problem with this is we don't want to have a block just open here on the side all the time. That looks really awkward. Well, there's an obvious solution to that. You have a sticky piston, raise the block so you make this ground level, right? And then you have the sticky piston, raise this out of the ground, have this shoot out, then it lights it, and then problem solved. And like we can't build this the other way because again, if the dispenser was faced here, well then we just have the dispenser exposed all the time. Now that all works, but it obviously looks disgusting, and we don't want that. We're trying, admittedly we're bad at aesthetics, but we're trying, and that's the important part. Plus it's a fun redstone project for us to work on. Here we are in a Redstone Creative world. I'm gonna try to figure this out. So obviously we need a dispenser filled with some fire charges, and this is gonna be on. Then it's pretty clear that we need to have a piston rise out of the ground so the block sits here. So that way, whenever this guy gets powered, it turns it on, yeah? And then whenever it's not powered, this goes off. That should be pretty simple to wire up. Then we're gonna need another piston, and I'm gonna use the top, I guess this would be the right corner, and this will have a water bucket in it in order for us to shut, well, dang it, I just destroyed it. In order for us to shut it off, maybe we even hook this water bucket up to like a tripwire hook or something like that, in order to shut it off automatically. Not sure how we're gonna do that yet, but this guy is the most important thing here. So pretty clear we want a button, and then we need to power the thing here, and then probably here. That works. That's good. I mean, success, proof of concept. I'm not a huge fan of this right off the bat, because here, let me just destroy this. And we can't destroy it like that in a regular world. That's only in creative that you can do that. So let me find a sandstone slab real quick. And then we're gonna put this here. That doesn't work, does it? No, that just goes flying. Okay, so I have to power this. I don't want there to be like a lip or something. I want this to be just totally smooth. So how do we do that? Alright, so I think I've got something that's pretty simple. We're gonna replace this bottom block with a sticky piston, block of redstone on the front of it, then, you know, redstone there. Seems pretty snazzy, doesn't it? Seems to work well. I think it's working great. No problem so far. So the next thing that I need to figure out is how to double trigger the water, because obviously we need to trigger the water once, and this totally filled it. Yeah? See, perfect. So now we have water bucket, and then I need to get this guy triggered somehow. So we're gonna put, here. So we go turn it on. And you can see that's the problem that we're trying to avoid. Let me put some stone down, and then we'll keep playing with this. Alright, so I think I've got it. Ignore all this green bit for a second, but just watch the buttons, okay? We push the button, fire charge comes out, block comes up to stop the fire charge then lands on the obsidian, starting a fire, lights the portal. We push the other button, and we get a double pulse of water, which destroys the portal, thus preventing zombie pigmen from coming through and coming out and ruining our fun. So how it works is we're just, let me grab a button here really quick. So I'm just creating a signal here, piston, or the redstone signal goes into a piston, which creates a, I believe it's a monostable. The piston then gets, this block powers this redstone here, which quickly powers the dispenser. Then 3 ticks later, another 1 tick pulse being caused by the monostable powers the piston a second time, grabbing the water. Kind of see how that works. Let's do it again from this angle. See how it goes twice. Watch this redstone here. Quick flash, long flash. Quick flash is because of the piston. Long flash is because of the repeater. Now, stop ignoring the green. Now, if we pretend, and this is the part that sucks, I might put it on the floor or something like that. Yeah, can we just put it on the floor real quick? Does that work, actually? Maybe, probably. Should work. String. So if we think power thing, okay, cool. Portal's on. Well, shoot. Hang on. Let's do this a different way. And how many fire charges do I have? Okay, 34. Let me delete all this garbage. So I walk in, turn the portal on, say wub 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 wub. I go into the nether. That's my nether going into sound. So I go into the nether, then wub 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 wub, come out into the nether, and then I just walk away. We're gonna walk away. And then as soon as I hit this tripwire, we send a signal out, and it does the thing. Now, the weirdness of this is, like, if I stand from right here, push this, then I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go into the portal. That did not work. Okay. Let me push this again. So, really, in order to make this work, if we want to use the tripwire hooks and string, I would just need to, oop, my phone just went off, beep, 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 beep. I would just need to place the tripwire hook far enough back that I couldn't reach the button while standing on or on the other side of the string. Now we're back in the Skyblock world proper, and I'm trying to figure out how we can move all of that redstone into this world. So we need to somehow create space in the Iron Golem pyramid, and be able to fit the Nether Portal, the kill chamber for the Iron Golems, and make it look good, because the spacing on both of these is going to be so odd. So what I'm kind of thinking here is we just scoot this back until so essentially, instead of this just being a straight shot that the Iron Golems just fall down, maybe we have this tube make like a 90-degree bend here and then bend down again. And then the zombies, the Iron Golem, the kill chamber, which is in front of us, would be right here-ish, something like that. And then we put the Nether Portal maybe off to the right, so here. And then on the left side, we could put like stairs, maybe, or maybe a storage room. I don't know. Something though. Before we actually can start figuring out the spacing on the Iron Golem tube and the Nether Portal, I figure we should figure out the spacing on the floors and then build to build around that. So we have, and I already expanded this a hair, but you know, we have this viewing area, which seems like a natural floor placement, right? So if we were to expand this all the way around, then we have to think about like how are we going to get up here? Obviously, we can't just Nether Pearl or Ender Pearl up every single time. So if we're going to be like making a staircase somewhere, and this is maybe we have it go up one more layer as just like a nice small little storage room, something like that. But if we have this be the floor, how would we want to get up here in a way that was clean, looked good? Things like that. So I'm gonna finish filling this in, and then we'll go from there. So I have the floor kind of in place. Maybe it kind of works. I don't know. Let me throw an Ender Pearl. I made this hole specifically so I could Ender Pearl through. And this I feel is fine. It feels like a good use of space, and maybe we can have like, I don't know, another small little thing up above us. Not really sure. And then we'll access that one via a ladder. So this area we'll get to through a stair, and then the next one we'll get to through a ladder. I'm not really sure. I'm so bad at aesthetics of designing. I like redstone. We could leave, as I look at it, we could probably leave this in the center. Maybe make it a little further back. I'm not really sure. But then, like, what will we do with the rest of this space down here on the ground level? I don't know. I got the redstone figured out for the Nether Portal today, so I'm happy I figured out one thing. And yeah, that's it. That's gonna be where we call the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I'll see you in the next episode of Skyblock.